I wanted to look slightly more presentable, but I draw the line at sleeves. It's too hot for sleeves. I feel like I'm really gonna push some people's buttons today. The original plan today was to post a video, a really fun video, by the way, that I recorded with Simon and Vicky, two of my channel favorites, where we just roast Game of Thrones as a whole, as a series. But we've changed that plan because certain people and certain drama on Twitter, who's surprised, has come out, and I wanted to give my take on it. And for those of you who've read the title, I think you will know what the drama is about. It's about Mohammed Hijab and Alex O'Connor, or Cosmic Skeptic. Now, I just want to clarify, and I want to give a disclaimer, that please do not go out of your way to harass either of these people or anyone involved in this drama. I'm just here to give my take on it because I feel like no one is talking about what I'm about to say, which I feel like a lot of people are going to be angry at me for. But it is my opinion, and that it's just my general feeling. And I want to showcase the clip that Alex O'Connor posted to Twitter.
And I know you live in Oxford, bro, and you know the Cowley Street is all Muslim. Cowley area, that's all Muslim area. It's a Muslim, I'm not saying majority, but it's a so you don't want to make enemies in your area.
And also, I will now insert a minute and a half of that for context.
When you attack Muslim men, Muslim people, when you use loaded language, insulting language, I mean, you can legally do it. I'm not even arguing that, you know, on a freedom of speech level, you shouldn't or couldn't or whatever. That's your thing. You can do it, but you're going to get people not liking you from our community. So that's the red lines. And obviously our Prophet is a red line as well. Because for us, we love our Prophet. We love Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We love Allah. We love them more than we love ourselves. I know it's very difficult for you to grasp that. But when you attack, and I'm not even going to go to what you said, but when you attack our Prophet, even by using words which are questionable, what you're doing, bro, is you're burning bridges. Yeah. So there's lots of people. By law, I can attack the Sikh community's guru. I can say really horrible things, but you know, I don't do that. You know, I don't do that because I want to maintain good relationship with other communities. And my advice to you, as someone a little bit older than you understand, and done a little bit more in life, and have a little bit more life experience, is, bro, don't do this, yeah? Because you're an intelligent young man, and with all due respect, you have a bright future ahead of you, but you have to be, you can't be insulting people and communities. And I know you live in Oxford, bro, and you know the Cowley Street is all Muslim. Cowley area, that's all Muslim area. It's a Muslim, I'm not saying majority, but it's a so you don't want to make enemies in your area. Anyway, so
I think when you first hear this clip, it causes you to feel like, what the fuck is Mohammed Hijab doing? He's threatening Alex O'Connor. That's what it sounds like. It very much sounds like a veiled threat. And I don't think that you would be wrong in thinking that. I think that is probably an accurate way to interpret that 13-second clip. However, when I listened to the longer clip, it really doesn't hit the same way. I personally hate that I have to stand here and kind of defend Mohammed Hijab because I don't like him as a person, and I don't think that he is... Let's move on from that. I really don't want to defend Mohammed Hijab. I don't agree with a lot of his stances. I don't agree with a lot of the things that he says and a lot of the things that he stands for. However, I do think that Alex painted him in a certain way. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me who sits here. When I listen to the full thing, I don't hear threats. I just don't. When I hear the 13-second clip, yes, it does sound threatening. However, when I listen to the whole thing, it really doesn't come off that way. And maybe that's just me. You let me know if I'm way out of line. And I spoke briefly to Abdullah Samir, and I've decided I'm not going to drag him into this because I feel like if I'm going to say something, only I should be held accountable for it. And I had a brief conversation with Abdullah Samir last night, and we had talked about this, and I said, you know what, I'm kind of mad at Alex. I'm kind of mad. And he was like, explain. And naturally. And I said, well, it just feels like Alex painted Mohammed Hijab in a way that Mohammed Hijab wasn't trying to be. And Abdullah Samir said, well, I mean, he did say, oh, I know you live here and this street is full of Muslims, and it just sounds threatening. And I was like, okay, I understand that. But if someone were to say that to me, like if someone were to say to me, for example, you live in London and East London is full of Muslims, you know, you should watch what you say, I wouldn't take that as a threat. I just wouldn't. And again, maybe that's just me, but I would not take that as a threat. I mean, those kinds of sentiments are not uncommon to hear from Muslims, non-Muslims alike, that you live in X area, it's populated by X people, you know, be careful. We say that to ex-Muslims who live in Muslim majority countries, you know, don't do anything rash, you're going to get in trouble. I don't think that Mohammed Hijab is coming from a place of threat, and, you know, it kind of makes me a little weird about what Alex's intentions were when he posted 13 seconds of it. Again, like, I really don't want to be inserted into this argument, but it doesn't seem as though people are... the whole thing just seems very tribalistic to me, that we're just going to jump and support Alex when, at least to me, this whole... like, the whole video, I watched the whole video that Mohammed Hijab posted. It did not read to me as threatening. Through his tone, through his, you know, the words that he said before, and context is important. I just want to reiterate that. Context is really, really important, and obviously when I first saw that 13-second clip, I was outraged. I was, you know, hurt. I expected better, even though I probably shouldn't. I expected better from the Dawah community than that. And then I watched, you know, there were a couple of people who posted longer clips underneath, and Alex also provided the link to the full video for anyone who wanted to watch. And like, I really, like, I don't want to be the person who goes out of their way to judge people's intentions. I really don't think that that's, you know, necessary for me to do, and I really don't think it's my role in society to do, and I would never. But it really makes me question what Alex's intentions were with this post. Because as someone, just full disclosure, as someone who gets death threats on the daily, as someone who gets rape threats on the daily, as someone who's been threatened by her own family, I do not find this threatening. And maybe it's because it's not towards me, feel free to say that. But it doesn't read to me as threatening. Not through his tone, not through the context. It just sounds like Mohammed Hijab was making a bunch of factual statements. You live here, this street is full of Muslims, you don't want to make enemies. I mean, even when we went to Speaker's Corner, like we as a group went to Speaker's Corner, we agreed that going individually was a dumb idea. But why do we hold a double standard for Mohammed Hijab? And again, I really don't, it makes me very uncomfortable that I have to come out and like defend him. I don't want to do that. Same thing happened with drama before, where I had to defend people that I don't want to defend. But it really does not read to me as threatening. It just doesn't. And I just, I don't want to anger the community. Like, I'm not trying to be here trying to be the controversial bitch. Like, this is genuinely how I feel. And last night I was talking to a friend of mine, Shmariana, go and follow them. I was talking to him and I was really angry about it. I was really, really angry about it because we did not leave a tribalistic, cultish mentality to become another tribe. You know, when in this environment, it's very much the Wild West. And if we do not self-police and we do not comment what we actually feel, we're just going to fall into the same patterns and fall into the same thing. And I do not wish any kind of ill intent towards Alex or towards Mohammed Hijab, just regardless of what my opinions of them are. I do not wish any harm or any bad will or anything. I just think that the way that Alex presented Mohammed Hijab in that 13-second clip was extremely misleading, and I don't like that. And maybe he has a completely different opinion. Maybe he did feel threatened, and I do not want to take that away from him. You know, I do not want to take that away from anybody. But I do think that it was misrepresentation. I do feel like it was misrepresentation, and I don't agree with it. That's just my take. You don't have to agree, you don't have to align with me. If you absolutely hate me to the point of you just want to leave, feel free to. You know, I've welcomed everyone on my channel. I will always welcome any kind of opinion you have on me, on anything or on anything that I say. Even if your opinion is you are ratchet as fuck, do not care. You can have whatever opinion you want on me, but I am free to speak my mind, and this is my take. I do not like that someone would present their intellectual opponent in this way. And by no means am I saying that I am entitled to tell Alex what to do. I am not. I am not. I am not his mother. I don't even know the guy. I am not saying that. I am just giving my opinion. I feel like I have to give a million disclaimers, and that's why I am. This is just my opinion, and this is just how I feel. I do not think that Mohammed Hijab meant to be threatening. I do think that while probably could have been worded better, let's say that, it probably could have been worded better. I do think he was coming from a place of, oh, I'm concerned for you. And I do think that he was being patronizing. I do think that. But I do not think that he was threatening Alex. And I think it's really gross and kind of reprehensible that he would be presented in that way when there are so many things that you could do with what he said in an honest way, even in a petty way. There are so many things that you could do with what he said. For example, if such a message came my way, what I would have said is, oh, you know, just because it's wrong, just because you don't like it, does that mean I shouldn't say it? Just because I will get, you know, backlash and threats and harm in my direction, does that mean that it's not the truth and I am not entitled to say it? There are so many ways in which what he said could have been dealt with in a more intellectual level than presenting him in an almost slanderous way. And that's my piece. I do not think I need to say more than that on this. A few people have asked me for my opinion on it, and that is my take. You don't like it? You don't have to. We have to be more honest. And that is why I'm doing it. Like, this is why I'm standing here and I'm doing it, because I don't think it helps our cause to smear the people that we disagree with. First of all, they don't need smearing. They do a perfectly good job on their own. They do a perfectly brilliant job of smearing themselves all of the time. We don't need to add fuel on an already massive forest fire. It's not necessary. And second of all, it discredits us as creators and as activists to do that. And again, I do not know what Alex's intentions were. I do not know what his feelings were to this message. And I do not want to take that away from him. This is just my take on this. So thank you for watching this. I'm sorry that we've had a serious intermission in what should be just positive Christian channel vibes on my channel, but Christian being extremely sarcastic, by the way. But I thought it was necessary, and I just... Please, please, you have brains. Think for yourselves and hold your own opinions. Do not adopt a tribal mentality. It is dangerous, and I don't think I need to elaborate on that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. We're going to have a simple for video tomorrow, so I hope you will join me in for that. But yeah, you can leave all of your opinions and all of your comments and all of your thoughts down below and let me know what you thought about the whole thing. But this is my take, and my mouth, I say what I want. Bye.